What's going on, everybody? Greetings from a cute little city here in Ukraine called Rivne. You might be wondering, why am I here? Well, I'm going to explain that using a very common and useful phrasal verb that you can use when you're talking about traveling in English. So let's get into it before it starts raining. All right, welcome back everybody to Lloyd's Travel Diaries. As I said, here from a small city in Ukraine called Rivne. And I'm going to teach you a phrasal verb that you can use to describe what I'm doing right now. So that phrasal verb, or the expression, is to break up a trip. Okay, to break up a trip. If you break up a trip, that means you make a journey shorter by stopping off somewhere on the way. In my case, I was in Lviv, a beautiful city called Lviv here in Ukraine, Western Ukraine, and I'm heading to Kiev, the capital, in a couple of days. But it's a very long journey from Lviv to Kiev. So what I decided to do was to break up the trip, break up the journey by stopping off here. This is about halfway between the two, so I decided to break up the journey. This is something I like to do because I really don't like long journeys. It's very, very uncomfortable for me. I've got very long legs. Okay, you can't see them right now. I like to make the journeys shorter. And another side benefit of breaking up a trip is that you get to check out somewhere new. Now, this is somewhere I probably would never have come before, but it's a charming little city, very relaxed, very calm, and it's a good side benefit of breaking up a trip. I've done this many times in my life, especially when I was living in Korea, which is very far away from my two homes, which are England and South Africa. So what I often like to do when I went back to England or South Africa was to break up the journey by stopping off in different places. For example, I remember breaking up the journey in Singapore, where I stayed for 1 or 2 days. Beautiful place, highly recommended, when I was going from Korea to South Africa, I think. And many other places as well, Thailand and many other places that I can't really remember now. But it's a nice excuse to travel a little bit more, breaking up the journey. One side note, by the way, when I took the train from Lviv to here in Rivne, I did make a bit of a mistake because I accidentally got the third class train ticket instead of the second or the first, and that was a very difficult, hot, stuffy journey. So be careful when you're booking train tickets here in Ukraine. Learn from my mistakes. Anyway, to break up, so there's some other ways we can use this phrasal verb as well, of course, so to break up. Now, the one you probably know most commonly is when a relationship breaks up, okay? So two people break up. You can break up with someone, break up a marriage, you can break up a business. If there's a very big business, or a bank, or some type of company which is too big, it can be broken up. So basically what this phrasal verb is, to break up, is when something is very big and you want to cut it down into smaller pieces. You want to break it up. Actually, in the election right now, a big issue is whether or not companies like YouTube and Facebook should be broken up into smaller companies. Maybe they're too big, too powerful. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to practice what you learned today and get feedback from native English teachers, just head over to www.englishtvlive.com right now. See you soon.